Rob, a couple things from you, or final things as well. You talk about navigating this crypto jungle, and again, you talked about some really good rules before. But for people that are new, or people that are even experienced but new to this type of a fall off, what's the best way to treat these next 18 months? And again, you've even said this could be 36 months as well. So maybe also I should get in how bumpy it's going to be for how long. But what are some basic strategies, philosophies that people should adhere to?
The rules that we just talked about. Treat everything like a scam, because it probably is in crypto. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Don't use leverage. Take profits along the way. That's a big thing. Even I had a problem with that, taking profits along the way. Nobody went broke. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. And don't keep things on exchanges, your crypto. If I would have left the original 20 to 30% of my portfolio in Celsius, where would I be right now? It'd be locked up and I couldn't get access to it because it's not FDIC insured. So there's that aspect of it. Also, you have to understand is that we're probably in a recession right now. Let's be honest. GDP growth was stunted Q1. I think when Q2 numbers come out, July 1st right now, we're going to see we're in a recession. I think they'll flip out. They'll start to sell things because, we're in a recession. We've been in a recession for a while. So just know that this is a natural cycle of the bull and bear market. And if you understand that these things will come back, and you realize that, okay, it's not going to be like this forever. And you can go take a look at the Fed, the St. Louis Fed. They take a look at there's a diagram from 1958 to present. And they took a look at all the different recessions. And you can see that recessions usually about 1.5 to 2 years. So if that's the case, and you're in a recession, there's probably these markets will probably be a little bit flat, boring, or they'll even drop even farther. If that is the case, this is what I did in 2018. I just dollar cost average, kept buying along this continuum when everybody was boring and everybody took off. I was buying Bitcoin at 5,000, 6,000. I was buying Ethereum around 200, 250, 350. I was buying Cardano around 7, 8 cents. Imagine doing that for 2 years or 3 years when nobody wants to be a part of this because it's boring and the numbers aren't going up. When everything turns around, natural cycles, then you're going to look like a genius. Everybody's considered crazy until you're right. And then you're a genius. And that's the big thing that I can say to people. Just believe in yourself and you can do these investments. Everybody's got the brain power. Just depends on if you have the stomach for it.
And Rob, what keeps you doing this every day? Like what's your main goal? What keeps you excited about this? Is it being like of service to the community? Is it feeding your own interests? And like, what do you do in 5 years from now?
So I hope I'm here doing these videos. I think we're in the same boat, Brian. We've done pretty well for ourselves, and money can only get you so far. But then, what really drives you? Is it just to make more money? Is it for me to buy another pool house? Is it for me to buy 20 yachts, or is it a purpose? So, like for me, when I got in crypto, I was led down a path that wasn't optimal. So I always said if I did a YouTube channel, what I try to do is just guide people in some basic principles so they don't get screwed over like I got screwed over. And I said, I'll try to make it as, interesting as I possibly can, and then make it accessible. That's why at D.A.N Teaches Crypto, the website, it's all the basics that I've known, the safety issues, how to do your own research. And I made it free because I don't know where people are accessing this. If this is first world or third world countries, I have no idea. So I just made it free because not everybody can afford $20 a month, $30 a month. And off I went because it's just the basics. Now, to go to the next level, that's why you got Brian Rose's DeFi Academy. That's next level stuff. So for me, I think in 5 years, hopefully I'll be here. If, who knows if my heart will last, I don't know. And then, and what drives me is just for people to say, hey, I've been listening to your show and I'm able to quit my job. I'm able to retire early. I'm able to spend more time with my family, do the things I want to do. That's the bigger process. So I just try to get it as right as I possibly can.
And when do we get mass adoption, and what does that look like? How does that change the fabric of the human experience?
We get mass adoption. We don't have to pay these crazy gas fees, first of all. We get mass adoption when your mom can actually pick up and transact in crypto and make it super simple. We got mass adoption with the internet when we didn't have to really monkey around with browsers and really do the connection. It happened. You don't see what's going on behind. and you behind the curtain, and then you can just actually use it, and it actually has real world use function. So like the big thing that even Mark Cuban put this out yesterday, and he said, the way for crypto to really explode is to have some big super app that does something that we all really need, and everybody starts to use it. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, because like for the internet days, I mean, really, when we actually did all these searches and like that, it was inaccurate, really wasn't used, and it was junky. Then along, that was like Ask Jeeves and stuff like that. Then we got Google, and actually worked out. Then Google Maps and all the different things that came along with it. And no one really knew what was happening behind the scenes because it was so simple to use, and it was super cheap. Because in the early days, remember those AOL CDs? 40, 50 bucks a month or something crazy like that. Now it's not that much at all. So that's when we get mass adoption. And of course, the bigger issue is education. When people understand that, hey, this money printing actually does equate to a bunch of inflation, and all these different taxes that we have, where's this coming from? And then, of course, the basic principles. I think that's when everything blows up.
And do you think that will ever happen, where people actually understand monetary policy?
Not everybody, Brian. That's the secret. Not everybody will understand. But I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. I'm just looking for the people that I can pull on the life raft and get out of there as fast as possible. And there's some people that they're going to pick it up. And there's some people like, I don't care. I just want to live my life, and that's fine. I'm not for those people. You're not for those people. We're here for the people who want to learn and grow and actually have economic freedom.